Poor Netmarble. But if this isn't our Netmarble, then how did he get here? That's precisely what I'm pondering myself. I'm afraid extra large greed is at work here. And here I thought we couldn't spend any more money on Marvel Future Fight. Yield, Netmarble! Your greedy schemes end now.
You managed to come this far, Cynicalex, but do you think you could defeat me, the Dark Lord of Greed, with your pitiful boycott?
That's why I brought my friends. Are you ready, Twitch chat? Me? Us? Fight him? We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company from another country. I've pinpointed his weakness, Twitch chat. He's using your love of Marvel products to sell you on these characters and these stupid new systems. What you have to do is break that connection and then leave 1-star reviews and don't spend any more money.
Ha 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 ha. Easier said than done, Cynicalex.
I fought against this before. I'm with you, Cynicalex, says the Twitch chat. Fear not, Twitch chat and Marvel Future Fight gamers. With our powers combined and with other content creators, together, we can't lose. You owe me 300 crystals after this, Cynicalex. Sure.
How dare you, you feeble gamers!
We're not just gamers, Netmarble. We're Marvel gamers, and we stand united. Gamers, assemble.
Cynicalex, the day will come when I will rule your wallet, when Marvel Future Revolution comes out.
That will never happen, Netmarble. I'll be free to play in that game too for the first 3 days. Good job, Cynicalex. Now give me those crystals. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and Venom over there is looking to see if there are any other outstanding bugs in this update, because believe it or not, despite having the maintenance, which is already 7 hours long, it got delayed by another hour and 10 minutes. So over 8 hours of maintenance, which is mental. It's crazy long for this game, for any game, frankly. Even Fortnite doesn't have 8-hour maintenance. But anyways, I don't think they do. There were still a ton of bugs in this update. So we're going to talk about the bugs. We're going to talk about, of course, the boycott. Yeah, we got to get to that too. And then we're going to talk about what's actually good about this update, because it's not all bad. It's not all bad. And I do want to try and maintain a balanced approach. Obviously, I'm super salty about the new systems, and I'm very salty that Netmarble is not really listening to the players. But, you know, not everything in this update is bad just because that is true. So we're going to start off with the bugs. First bug is Venom, is actually Venom himself. You may not be able to play your Venom unless you restart your game, because what was happening to me and a lot of other players was all of the skills are locked, and when you go into a game mode, all he has is the auto attack button. His skills literally don't appear. So that is a pretty game-breaking bug if you're trying to play as Venom. So I found that restarting your game works, but it doesn't necessarily work for everyone all the time, so just keep that in mind. That may be something that they need to patch. The second Venom-related bug that there is, boy, you know, maybe the devs had, if the devs had spent more time actually working on the game instead of working on these goofy systems. I say goofy, but you know what word I really want to use. Maybe if they had spent more time working on the actual game, we wouldn't have so many bugs. But anyways, next bug up here, I don't know if this only happens in skill preview, but still, when you do his 4th skill and then you do his 6th skill, well, as you can see, this is one of the better bugs in the game, I'll say that, because you get a long, drawn-out image of his 4th skill frozen there, but it's still kind of a bug. So there's that. Next bug, believe it or not, there's more. Scream, I actually noticed this on the APK, and it has not changed yet. Her 2nd gear, Scream Symbiote, is missing a stat. This boggles my mind, because how did they miss that, right? They've been you guys have been making characters for 5.5 years. You've made over 230 characters, and you're missing a stat. Like, this is like, did you fire the only quality assurance tester you had? I'm literally doing your job at this point. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, every character has 3 stats on their gears, except for the last gear, which has 2 stats and then 1 variable stat that you can change. Back in the day, you could actually change all of the stats. Yeah. Anywho. So you can see here that she only has 2 stats, and every other character has 3 stats. So she's missing that first stat that gives you, you know, a sizable amount of a stat. You know, it's more for native tier 2s, but yeah, she's missing it. Even if it's only going to be like 700 points, it's still something, right? Whether it's HP or movement speed or whatever, like she's missing it. It's not game breaking. It's not going to make Scream OP, but it's part of her character. They literally missed an integral part, a necessary part of the character. So that's another bug. Another sort of bug is the event missions say that you need to use the tokens acquired by clearing the missions to purchase special items at the event shop. That's not true. They decided, because of course in their infinite knowledge, Netmarble knows more than we do, that we didn't want variable rewards, that the players didn't want to choose what rewards to get. Apparently, us choosing the rewards is just too hard and we're too dumb, or whatever their excuse is, to do that. So they decided to just add their own rewards. You can get a stage 1 enhanced ticket, and you can get, doesn't mean you will get it, you can get it. And then you get some level or grade 1 type enhancement kits. Yeah. Now, the bright spot is that the amount of gold that drops in this mission is good, but it is seriously disappointing to continuously hear the same bullshit from the developers. We begged them for a Shadowland shop where we could choose our rewards, and what did they respond with? Oh, you don't want a Shadowland shop. You don't know what you want. You want something else. And the players were like, no, we actually really want a Shadowland shop. That's what we want. And they're still ignoring us. And now, same thing. They're like, you know what? You guys don't want a Halloween shop. You want these random rewards that we're now going to choose for you. Again, whoever, and please translate this into every language, whoever is making these decisions at Netmarble needs to be fired, or they need to lose the ability to make these decisions. They need to have their decision-making abilities revoked, because they clearly have no idea what the players want. Or they have an idea of what some players want, and they just keep asking those same 10 people. Because 90% or more, I'll say 90 just to be conservative and not sound too conceited, 90%, or too sure of myself, I guess, 90% of players that I talk to want to choose their own rewards. Players do not want to be given zero choice of rewards and just be given whatever the developers decide they should get. Players want the ability to choose. Anywho, there's so many problems with rewards in this game. It's just like, it's like beating a dead horse that's in space. I don't know. Anywho, some bright spots. Okay, let's move on from the bugs. Apparently there's also some other bugs with Scream going invisible, but whatever. Let's move on to some bright spots of the update before we get to the boycott stuff, to the sort of unfun stuff. So we'll talk about the bright spots. First bright spot is that the first token event, now this is the pre-update token event, the pre-update token shop. This is not the token shop that's going to have the icon. This is not the token shop that's going to have the Mega Tier 2 ticket, okay? And by icon, I mean this icon over here that you'll be able to exchange for. Yeah, the Symbiote event shop. It's not this one, okay? So this token over here, this token shop, now has a 3-star and 4-star rank up ticket. This is really good for free-to-play players. I would strongly recommend, I mean, I hope that you collected all of the tokens. Hopefully you didn't miss any of the tokens. I would strongly recommend, if you don't have a lot of these rank up tickets, and by a lot I mean like more than 5 or 6 of each, you should absolutely pick both of these up. This is the first time ever that they're giving away 3 and 4-star rank up tickets again. They should continue to do this. They should also put 2-star rank up tickets here, but this is excellent. This is a great move. These are the kinds of rewards we need to see. This is why the game honestly is so confusing at times, because they make decisions that contradict each other in the same update, right? So in the same update, they said, you know what? You guys don't want to choose your own rewards. We don't want to give you a shop. And we're like, huh? We don't want to give us a shop. Okay, that's kind of a dick move. And then at the same time, they were like, you know what? We're gonna make this shop, right? It's a shop, not random rewards. It's a shop. We're gonna make this shop better than ever. It's like, what? Can we, listen, whoever decided to do this, can we just get these devs all the time? I know that you have some like crazy idea where you think that being nice to the players is a bad thing, but you're totally wrong. This kind of stuff is what keeps players playing your game. This kind of stuff is what makes people happy to talk about Marvel Future Fight, to bring it up to their friends, to get their friends to try the game or play the game, to get people to tweet about it, to get me to make videos, right? This is what works. This builds goodwill, and this allows players to play their game with more freedom. This is the right way of doing things. So I wanted to highlight that because it's good. Now that I've highlighted something good, it's time to highlight something bad. Now, I know that not many players were rushing to complete the uniform collections to get those crystals. However, if you were, you have now permanently lost 375 crystals every update. Again, I'm not really sure what the incentive here is, what the motivation here is, but when the players are asking for more daily crystals because you have not updated the daily crystals in 3 or 4 years, and you go out of your way to not only ignore the players, but also to take crystals out of another piece of like you took crystals out of another place in the game. We're asking for more crystals and you're taking away more crystals. It's like you really want us to quit the game. This is like a really strange move. So I really hope that when Timeline Battle gets reworked and when Conquest gets reworked and stuff, that the rewards are better. We really desperately need more daily crystals, and we're going to keep boycotting until we get more daily crystals. But this kind of stuff just blows my mind, man. It really does blow my mind. Another bug that apparently is in the game, by the way, is a team reset bug. Now, again, I'm not sure if it's fixed now that I reset my game, but if you downloaded the update and you haven't reset your game before, i.e. closing the app and reopening it, every time you go back to this menu, your team gets reset. So it's not happening to me anymore. But what was happening to me is my team kept getting reset to this. It kept resetting back to what the team was before I dragged in new characters. So again, if you're having that problem, maybe just reset your game, i.e. closing the app and opening the app up again. Really quickly, going back to the Halloween event, just a tip for you guys. I should have talked about this when I talked about the tokens, but just 2 tips for you guys. One, read very carefully the requirements underneath the text there. You know, the zombie, it's worse than I imagined, but underneath that in red, it says enemies are immune to physical attacks. It's actually just the boss. The boss on this stage is immune to physical attacks, and then the boss on this stage is immune to energy attacks. So make sure you're bringing in a character that has both energy and physical, or bring one character that has energy and one character that is physical, so you can switch between them. Also, you should get your boost points. As you can see, I've got boost points. Get your stage 2 boost points, and then use them on this stage for extra gold. If you play this stage 5 times a day with the extra boost points, instead of getting 64,000 gold, you'll get about 85,000 gold, which is a difference of about 20k, which means that 5 times a day you can farm an extra 100,000 gold. Now, you may not have boost points every single day for this, but you will have boost points for at least 2 days, because there is 50 boost points here in the maintenance, and then there's another 50 boost points in the extended maintenance rewards, because they had to extend the maintenance by 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you'll be able to do 50 today and 50 tomorrow, or 50 tomorrow and 50 the next day, which is an extra 200,000 gold. It's not much, but we really have to pinch and save every piece of gold in this game because the devs are so greedy and they're so stingy with the rewards. Next up, we've got the Knull world boss, which a lot of people are jaw dropped at the cost of. Now, I've already completed one of the requirements. There are 9 requirements requiring you to beat every single world boss 5 times, or you can just spend a cool 7,000 crystals or almost 8,000 crystals when it's when all the challenges are unlocked or locked, sorry, to skip ahead. Yeah. So this is not a new thing. You can always auto complete the world boss challenges. They started the world boss challenges with these ones over here, these world bosses over here, back in 2017, and again they gated them behind a crystal payment if you didn't want to wait. This is not a new thing. It's just shocking to people because the game is already so pay to win with the new systems that this just seems insane. But this is par of the course. This has been in Netmarble's wheelhouse for 3 years now or more, so I'm not really surprised, but it is what it is. And then we also have the Giant Boss Raid drops. So I do recommend you play Giant Boss Raid to get the premium card tokens. Some people are saying they're going to boycott, or they want to boycott and thinking of boycotting Giant Boss Raid because of the regular boycott. And my answer to that, and my opinion on that, is no. Because even if you're boycotting, you should still take advantage of all the drops in the game and all of the resources in the game, even if you're not going to be spending money, which is what I'm going to do. So I've already collected my 10 premium tokens for the day. Yes, it takes up a space in your inventory. It is what it is. I've also collected a few, not as much as not the max, not the 500, but I've already collected a few of the card crafting cubes, and I won't be crafting my cards yet, but if they, if they respond to the boycott and if they fix the game, to a degree that's satisfactory to a majority of players, then I will upgrade my cards. I'm not gonna re-roll the stats, right? Like once I get those stars, I'm not gonna re-roll them by sacrificing premium cards. But I will upgrade them because it doesn't cost premium cards to upgrade, right? It just costs regular cards, which was part of the changes that we wanted. They just didn't go far enough with the rest of the changes. They didn't take the CTPs out of the CTP reforging system, and they haven't given us enough crystals to farm, and they haven't given us enough mythic cards to farm, and they haven't taken the crystal cost and premium card cost out of re-rolling the colors on the stars and the stats on the stars for the crafted premium cards. So once they change all that, I'll be pretty happy, and I'll probably consider the boycott a success. Until then, unfortunately, we've got a long way to go. So that is basically it for the update. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get there's pretty much no other content, because unless you spend those crystals, there's literally zero new content in this update, because unless you spend the crystals, you can't even unlock Knull. So yeah, we've been pretty dry on updates. We've been pretty dry on content based and content centric updates for 2 months now. I'm really not sure what the next month holds, but if the next month doesn't have a major rework to Conquest or Timeline Battle, I really do think this game is done. Because, sorry, I don't mean to be dramatic, but it's just they promised near the beginning of the year that they were going to rework Conquest and Timeline Battle, and they haven't done either one of those things. So for them to basically ignore what they said they were going to do for a year, to me seems like they have no intention of doing it, and they're just stringing us along and hoping that we forget about it, or that we just, accept it for what it's not. And then they're just going to milk us for more money, and then they're just going to dip out on the game, or they're going to reduce the support for the game and just focus on other projects, other ventures, because it just doesn't make any sense, right? Why would they say they're going to rework a game mode and then not rework it, unless they were just trying to use that as use that as sort of goodwill, right? Like making promises that you're not going to keep to try to fool people into continuing to support you. It's disappointing that I have to, potentially draw up these conspiracy theories, but it's more disappointing, in my opinion, what they're doing to the game. Yeah, so I wasn't able to get any potential, so I don't have any, build updates on any of the new characters. I can't test Spider-Gwen in squad battle until she's level 70, and I didn't really have enough time to test Venom yet. But I will be doing more dedicated videos soon, and I of course build up Scream, and I don't have Spider-Woman, yada yada yada. I'm also considering, believe it or not, because Venom stats are not that impressive at tier 3, I'm actually strongly considering tier 3ing Dormammu, especially if Timeline Battle is going to become a lot more difficult. It may be a good idea for me as a free-to-play player now to invest in Dormammu for the future, in order to try and guarantee myself more wins in Timeline Battle, to claw back a few crystals from players who either have the upgrade cards or upgrade CTPs, yada, 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 right? Because some of them exist. Some of them are going to be out there in the wild. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know whether you'd rather see tier 3 Dormammu or tier 3 Venom. I'm actually really curious. I'm not going to do it just yet, but I want to hear from you, the fans. Let me know what you think of this update. Let me know if there are any other positives or negatives to this update that you've encountered, and what you think about it. And I'll hit you guys up in the next video with more content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.